Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another incredible match here at the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. We are starting underway in Stage 2 of Season 3, heading back to the Blackwatch division between Salt.Exe and Stealth. Will Salt be baying it up, taking their first victory of this stage, or will Stealth, under the cloak of night, be able to rip the victory away from Salt? We will be finding that out tonight. I am your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by Harmony Giant on the color and Zella on production. Harmony, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. It's my first match here, and I'm excited to see what these teams have to offer.
We are so glad to have you, and I will tell you, we have got an incredible matchup tonight. We have got two just absolutely incredible teams tonight. Salt.Exe has been a long-standing team here in the Overwatch Cavalry Club scrims. They've participated in just about every single season that we've had. Stealth Gaming, though, is one of the OGs that has been brought back. Ran by Stealth RTG, just does an incredible job, has so much skill, so much ability, and we are going to see all of that put on the line tonight. I am just so incredibly excited. So right before we get started, let's go ahead and introduce our teams. Coming in for Salt.Exe, we have Lyrule and Night Knight. Coming in on the tanks, Psyker and DG Carter. On the DPS, and Widow Faker and Yixi coming in on the support. For Stealth Gaming, we've got Bun Bun and KBC coming in on the tanks, Stealth RTG and Crazy in on the DPS, and Red Hoodie and Cake Pop coming in on the supports. Our first map of the evening is going to be Lijiang Tower. So let's go ahead and get this show started when the teams are ready. Looking in the chat, just everybody's so excited. I know it's been a while. Like, it's been weird to me because both my casting here at OCC and at Overwatch Tranquility has been off for an entire month. So it's like I've just been in this kind of black room forever until they're like, okay, you can come out and cast again. It's okay.
It's
It's been
okay.
nuts. Yeah.
Well,
All right, we're just gonna wait for that ready up now. Giant, we are so glad to have you here with us. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, since this is your first night with us?
well, I'm a Libra. I like long walks on the beach and reading books by candlelight. So,
Ah, you
you
know what?
know,
I'm a Scorpio and I love all those things too. That's incredible. Ah.
no, I've had some experience casting before. I'm new to this series of these teams, but I'm excited to be here. I really enjoy color. I did a little bit of play-by-play here and then. A young guy in this year. I'm glad that Captain Jack here can help me out through this first match here. I'm a little nervous, but hopefully the excitement builds up and I'm ready to cast and ready to talk all of
Oh,
this things through.
oh man, we are gonna have so much fun. Don't you worry. Like I said, first map of the evening is gonna be Lijiang Tower. It looks like our teams are ready to go.
Now
This is gonna
arriving at
be
Lijiang
incredible.
Tower.
Now, Lijiang Tower, as his many control maps, have such an abundance of ways that you can attack them. The first map we're gonna be starting on is the Night Market. And all right, y'all,
Initiating match.
Zella, stop fighting with the chat over who loves me more. All right, I got enough love to share with everyone, and that's right. Nobody loves me more than my darling wife, Artemis. So don't. Is it Artemis? You spell it Artemis Nova. That's how it's spelled. Oh my God, this
I'm
is
gonna
this is ridiculous.
I'm gonna
No,
say it's
that's not how you say Symmetra backwards. That is not Artemis.
Ready
That
for
does not
battle.
make sense. As I, oh my goodness. So, anyways, so we have got some interesting comps coming out. We do see the teleporter strat coming out for the side of Salt with GG Carter on that Symmetra. What do you see coming out for the side of Stealth Gaming?
Stealth Gaming. Ryan Zyre is pretty strong. They're gonna come out with Pharmacy, so they're looking to do some damage early. And they switched off of the Lucio to go Moira, so they obviously aren't gonna get there nearly as fast. But I mean, if that Pharmacy can help, it's gonna do some damage early on.
That is true, and the teleporter already coming up, and the speed boost gets them into the objective to start things off. We now have Stealth and Cakebox looking to get that first pick, but KBC will take down Nine Knight. The fire strike from Bun Bun following up onto Widowmaker as they continue to try to make their way in. It is a 5v6 fight right now. The picks are coming in despite the speed, and they are going to go ahead and grab this objective from Salt.Exe. Stealth Gaming starting their percentage clock.
Yeah, Stealth Gaming really went in there strong. Salt needs to figure something out. The early Symmetra was a good idea. They also switched off to, they're switching now to a Junkrat, which I think will break down the Ride Shield, but having Stealth have such an advantage early on, it's going to be hard. It's going to be a hard fight coming back for Salt.
That is true. We also got Psyker coming back in on the McCree, so we got some hit scan to deal with that far Mercy, but Stealth is a real tricky one. She will always be where you least expect her, but Psyker got the eye on her, ends up taking her down. Shatter coming in right there from Bun Bun, looking to see if they can clean it up, and Coalescence ends up getting popped by a red hoodie, but the trades are coming in from either side right now. Bun Bun finalizing the kill onto Psyker, and they will continue to hold control as we see Bun Bun and DG Carter trade blows right there. Lyrule trying to hold on. The Coalescence comes out, but not soon enough as Bun Bun takes him down with that big old hammer, 52% and climbing. And it looks like they're going to pause for a moment to get a regroup for the next one.
Yeah, you're going to have to figure something out. Stealth is going to come back. They're going to have Grab. They're going to have, you know, Blade. They're going to have Guardian Angel. They're going to have all these ults to stack up to next year. They're going to have Barrage. Salt has to be wary of it. They got to get that Zarya down early or things are going to be bad for them in this next fight.
That's true. And Shatter with the Barrage coming in from Stealth gets the triple kill, countering out any kind of advances that would have came in from Salt.Exe. 85% and climbing for Stealth Gaming.
Yeah, that was well played right there. The Barrage got a hold of everyone. They still have Blade. They still have Grab. I mean, Salt's going to have to come back using Grab. They're going to have to use all of their ults to contest this because 95 and counting, things are going to get tricky real fast.
That is true. The Grab comes out as Psyker using the Deadeye to take down Crazy. Bun Bun going to follow up on the Widowmaker though as we see the swap of Lyrule over to the Hammond. Being able to touch the objective just long enough to hold on. The tackle comes in, ends up taking down Yixi, and they're continuing to try to pull control from the jaws of defeat right now. Lyrule, the only one left on the objective, just rolling monkey as much as possible. But overtime's going to tick away quickly, and 100-0 Night Market will be claimed by Stealth Gaming.
Yeah, right there. They tried their best. Salt tried to come back and try and get something with that Hammond, trying to distract him. But obviously nothing could be made enough early. I think that going to this next fight, Salt has to have a better idea of, you know, figuring out their early plan and not giving up so many of those kills early to have them such a disadvantage throughout the rest of the match and rest of the map.
I can definitely concur with you on that. It looks like they're going to stick with their previous composition, while it looks like both sides actually are going to stick with the compositions that they ended on. Crazy staying on that Genji. KBC looking to swap here at the last moment over to the Sigma, which I don't know if you've been playing him in comp lately, but I don't know if I just like started clicking the Sigma play with me, but it seems like Sigma's just a powerhouse.
I mean, if it works, it works. Double shield is always the meta right now, so it obviously does something right.
That is true. Fire Mercy working their way into the side room as it is already captured by Salt, but you got to make your way into the objective. With them being cornered on multiple sides, it's going to be hard for them to continue to try to push into this objective without getting taken down from behind. Gee, whoa, what? How did DG Carter end up tackling Bun Bun? How does that, or is that, oh, that's a dash kill. It's the same symbol. I never realized that. Learn something new in Overwatch every day, folks. As they go ahead and work their way into the objective, it looks like Salt got the fixes they needed. As the Shatter already coming out for Lyrule doesn't end up getting the figures that they're looking for, but they will end up taking control of the, oh no! It looks like we're immediately seeing KBC and Bun Bun swapping over to the dive. Moving their way into the objective. Psyker on the Widowmaker ends up taking down Crazy from the outside as they work their way in, trying to see if they can get those big Lyrule and that big ol' axe. Going to go ahead and cut down KBC and and Bun Bun decides grabbing the objective for Salt as they start their percentage clock.
I mean, that was a good fight right there by KBC and Bun Bun. They really tried to make something happen. That first point held, that first percent held forever. So I think switching there, they're going to stay on them, try and utilize those ults. They're kind of gathering right now. Stealth RTG is making great work of that, making great work of that Pharah, but they need to do a better job of keeping off Lyrule from damaging everyone. Lyrule, especially DJ Carter too, is also making quick work of their tank lines.
That's true, the barrage already coming out, Lyrule falls, but DJ Carter takes down Stealth amid the barrage. Crazy able to follow up on Psyker, now coming out with the Widow of their own. Gonna follow up on Yixi, and Slade comes out from DJ Carter. Now the Graviton Surge ends up getting thrown by Night with barely any health left. The Primal Rage is gonna allow Bun Bun to go ahead and take them out. DJ Carter and Psyker coming back in as well with Genji and Widow getting those picks, trying to see if they can hold on to the objective. 50% and climbing right now as you see Lyrule back on the objective, but it's Solo gonna end up getting taken down here very shortly as they are just literally just holding on to the objective as long as possible. Now we're seeing Widowmaker coming in on the Ana, looking to see if they can hold on, but Psyker with the double kill. Lyrule gets the tackle, and that's going to go ahead and clean up the objective. Crazy on that trade. They're going to retreat back to the safety of the team for a regroup. 75% climbing for Salt.
Yeah, Salt will not go quietly into the night. They're going to fight with everything they have. No matter if they're staggered, nothing matters. They're going to keep that point they did. They won it back. Still having Ana and Brig ults, it's going to be a huge fight for them. Expect an early rally. Expect something to pop up with Ana.
That is true. The Shatter comes out as we see Lyrule taking Red Hoodie straight to the pillar. We see the minefields going down as they are trying to hold on to the objective. The rally coming out, giving that healing and armor as overtime ticks away. Looking to see if they can turn this around. Yixi with the flail, looking to get some additional picks in the 4v4 on the objective. 3v4 is Night able to follow up on the K-pop, but now we're going to see Red Hoodie coming back in, but gets picked off by Psyker before they can touch the objective. Widowmaker and Yixi following up, and overtime going to tick into oblivion. The Gardens in a reverse sweep goes to Salt, making it 1-1 here on Lijiang Tower.
What an impressive play there by Salt. They fought back, they held it off, they got that point, and they stuck with it. I mean, it's a polar opposite of what happened on the first map, so I think Salt's got back into the groove, and I think they're pretty confident going into this third map.
That is true, and it looks like we are swapping over now to that Reaper. Stealth knows with that ceiling going to be really hard to run the Pharah in here. Oh, it looks like they're actually going to use the very old 2-2-2 meta right there. I think Stealth's just going to use the teleporter there at the beginning, but going to come out with the Mei Reaper this time around. How do you think that's going to shut things down?
I mean, I think what they're trying to do is just pump out damage, try and get everyone down, try and get Lyrule away from everyone, and try and get rid of DJ Carter as fast as they possibly can, because he's causing havoc right now on that Genji.
That is true. The support's ending up being out of position right there for Stealth Gaming. Red Hoodie gets picked off very early in the fight. The Dynamite comes out, but Crazy with the Icicle takes down Night, tying it up 5-5. And it looks like they will go ahead and take the objective and control as the kills continue to trade right here. The fight is far from over. KBC able to take down Lyrule against the Mei Wall of Crazy, and that is going to give them complete control as they continue their percentage clock.
Yeah, Crazy utilizing those Mei Walls is becoming a key part to this fight. They're definitely making something happen right now. They're shutting everyone off. They're picking people off, and then that last fight, I mean, they had Lyrule pinned. It was game over. So the Mei is going to be a huge part to this fight.
That is true. They have to find a way to work their way around those Mei Walls, or at least destroy those Mei Walls so no one gets caught out of position. And it looks like Stealth, despite the fact we thought they were going to come out on that Reaper, is actually sticking on the Symmetra for that teleporter and those turrets right there. Pulling out a lot of damage. The window now coming out for Cake Pop as the Bob gets thrown onto the objective. Blizzard only getting Bob as the rest of Salt moves their way around the side. Now the barrier coming up as the Shatter trying to get some value there for Bun Bun, not able to find what they're looking for. Now we're going to see the rally get popped up. Everything, everyone, every Q is getting popped right now. Graviton Surge now coming out for KBC as the Shatter tries to get countered. Lyrule looking to hold on as much as possible. Not a single fight has been won just yet. Red Hoodie able to get the first pick there onto Psyker as the freeze comes in. Stealth and Yixi trading blows on the objective as the rally trying to keep everybody up. Red Hoodie trying to hold on. The Graviton Surge comes out, ends up getting 3, but without a lot of damage to be able to follow up on it, it's going to be getting incredibly hard for them to keep going. 90% climbing. The fight is continuing onward as Lyrule able to get the first pick there onto Stealth, re-engaging on the objective. The Nano does end up going in on GG Carter, who has swapped over to the May when we weren't looking. Now has the Blizzard online. The Psyker ends up taking down Bun. Now the Blizzard is online, looking to see if they can get those picks, keep them off the objective. Crazy, the only one left, trying to be able to hold on, but overtime is going to take away as Salt goes ahead and takes the objective and starts their percentage clock.
Oh my gosh, what a battle of attrition that was. Ults left and right, fights going on, no one's really dying, everyone's staying alive. I mean, that was truly a battle to see who could win. Yixi getting rally is going to be a big key, but watch out for Blizzard and for Shatter going into this next fight for Stealth trying to get everything back.
That is true. They've got plenty of time. The Blizzard does come out, ends up grabbing actually doesn't grab anyone. The bubbles end up saving the day as the tackle comes in from Lyrule, taking Bun out of the equation. The team looking to see if they're going to continue to push in, but Bob ends up getting invested by Psyker to see if they can delay them. The Maywall will hold strong, but the rest of Salt is just going for those picks. Ends up getting the double kill there on the Stealth and Cake Pop, and it looks like they are just going to wait it out for the team to get back together. 50% in climbing for Salt.Exe.
I think Salt is doing the right move. They're trying to gather everyone. They're trying to get a pick here and there, make sure Stealth doesn't really have an advantage going into any fight. I mean, you have the Battle of the Shatters, but Stealth does come in with Blade, or with Grab, with, you know, Symmetra Wall. Things are going to get crazy. They're going to expect something crazy here soon. And I mean, that certainly does it.
Coming in, gets the double, and 99 able to get taken out by Bun right there. They're trying to hold on to the objective now. The Shatter comes in from Lyrule, not getting the value it's looking for though. The tackle does take down Crazy though, and Psyker able to follow up on Red Hoodie, and Lyrule falling to KBC. Soon after, Blizzard now on the objective as the bubble ends up wearing out onto Bun. Gonna end up getting taken down by Yixi as the window ends up getting invested by Cake Pop. Looking to see if they can try to hold on to this objective as long as possible, but I do not think a solo Baptiste is going to be able to do it, and with that, Salt.Exe is just barely Red Hoodie able to get back into the fight, and Yixi able to get that kill right there. But now we're going to see Bun coming back in on the ball. KBC now in on the Diva. The Bob getting invested into the fight there from Psyker, looking to see if they can hold on as long as possible, but Bun is staying alive over time, now ticking away, and now it's going to get traded out with KBC's touch to the objective, keeping that overtime going and going, but it's gone at a 99-99. Salt.Exe wins our first match of the night here on Lijiang Tower.
Yeah, what a play there. Salt kept things going. Everything was right in their eyes. They got the point. They said, we're going to fight. We're going to keep this point together, and they did through everything. So, you know, props to them for going through all of that.
That is true, but as we know, different maps hold different possibilities for each team. These maps were so incredibly decisive as well as close. The first two were complete shutouts, and then the last one was a complete hold for each side. So I am really interested to see how this is going to mirror going into the next couple of maps. Our next map, actually, if I look at the list, is going to be Hollywood. For our hybrid map. So now we've got a combination of control point to unlock the objective. Then we have the escort section for the second and third points. And it will be interesting to see if the continued balance that has come in from Stealth and Salt will be seen going into this map.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think, you know, right there, Stealth and Salt both were a great team. Salt has a little bit more confidence going to the next map, getting up one win. Definitely helps moving on to something like Hollywood. Obviously, they might have to change up some things, switch things around. So I'm excited to see what happens. I think Stealth is going to be a little bit more confident going in. Okay, here's how they played the first map. here's what we did wrong, here's what we're moving forward to. So I'm excited to see what Stealth has to bring to the table, trying to get, tie up the score at 1-1.
That is true. And as we're looking at the scoreboard, actually, so far this season, Salt is already, this is Stealth's first match, and Salt has already had their first match against Calamity and ended up losing 1-3 against them. So it's going to be interesting to see, does Stealth have what it takes to be able to continue to knock down Salt, or did Salt kind of get a shock to their system last week and are like, oh, okay, that first match was that first matchup was just a warm up. Let's go ahead and pull out the big guns for the rest of this stage. That is definitely going to be an interesting aspect to see if they will be able to keep that going. For those of you joining us here for the first time, welcome to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. You are watching our Black Watch division going at it, Salt.Exe versus Stealth. And if you love what you see here, be sure to hit that art and punch bell so you get notified every time that we are online and you show us how much you love us. You can also hit that sub button, $4.99 or Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime subscription will give you access to some incredible emotes made by our community, as well as support this community as well. So if our teams are ready and raring to go, let's go ahead and get the show started. Get your glasses, get those cameras ready, because we're headed to Hollywood.
I love it. I love Hollywood. It's definitely one of my favorite maps. I mean, I think my favorite would have to be Kings Row, but I think I'll take Hollywood as a close second.
That hurts, fam. That hurts. As a player, I would have to say Kings Row, but as a caster, you see Kings Row so much.
It's the best, so obviously.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Like when the teams get to pick, if you know Kings Row is in the rotation, you might as well just already say that we're going to Kings Row. Like that's just the way it is. Thankfully, here we do have the random map generator from week to week, which goes ahead and shakes things up a little bit every now and again, which is nice to have. But Hollywood, definitely an interesting spot. We have lots of high ground advantages here on the first objective, which it looks like we're going to see the double shields with the Orisa Sigma come out for the side of Salt on the defense. What do you see there on the offense there, Giant?
On the offense, we're going to have double shield, but it's going to be Sigma Rhine instead of Orisa Sig. We're going to have the classic Ashe Genji, which is so popular in the meta right now, along with the Brigand and Ana. So it should be an interesting fight. Some differences, some things are changing up, and I think it should be a good battle, seeing who has the better, double shield battle going on.
That's true, and it looks like one is going for damage over distance, where one is looking to get brawly with Red City coming in on that Brigade. So let's go ahead and see if they can make it happen. Ore seeing shots coming in onto DG Carter, trying to hold on as much as possible. Shots also being mirrored on Crazy as they move their way into the objective, using the environment to their advantage. Looking to see if they can get those initial picks. Now they're moving in. The Hulk comes in. Also the Sleep Guard after that ends up taking down Bun Bun. KBC falling incredibly low and will end up getting taken out there by Lyrule. But straight comes in from Dynamite onto DG Carter. Rez coming in though, saving the day as Dixie, as DG ends up taking down Stealth, of whom that Dynamite came from, and the kills just continue to come in as Wasp and Lyrule go ahead and push back Stealth to the spawn 1 minute off the clock.
Yeah, I think what you have to pay attention right there is that Stealth is not getting rid of that Mercy fast enough, and you're not being aware of the halts. The Ashe Dynamite with a halt is killer right now, and you have to be wary of that, and you have to be wary of the reses that Mercy can offer, so you got to get her down first before anything.
That's absolutely true. Let's see if they can keep it going. The barrier's coming out for either side right now as they try to push their way in. The Nano Blade coming in. DG Carter with the double kill. Looking, gets the triple. Looking, quad kill coming in from DG with the Nano. That's going to shut down that push. 2 minutes, 22 seconds on the clock as we see the reset come in once again for Stealth Game.
Yeah, and Crazy just got killed there by Wasp, so that's going to have to be a restart for a little bit, but that Nano Blade was killer. They still have Sigil, they still have Garden's Angel. Stealth has to figure something out. They're going to have Nano, but I mean, they're going to have to wait till Crazy gets his blade to try and make something happen. but Wasp and DG Cutter are just too deadly on DPS right now to deal with anything. They got to find somehow to get them back.
That is true. They are trying to hold on so strongly, but it is just not enough right now. They're trying to make up that distance as much as possible, but they just can't get close enough to be able to do the damage that they're looking for. But KBC gets the first pick. Now here comes the Nano Blade. Now for Crazy. Get Crazy. Pick up the quad too. Looking to see if they can finalize it. Still has the Nano. Gets the triple kill as they go ahead and clean things up. The Bob does get invested on the point from Wasp, but it's not going to be enough. Ends up only taking down Red Hoodie as Crazy is crazy with the blade, and that is going to be a capture of Objective Alpha. 1 minute remaining on the clock. Going to give them 2.5 minutes to push into Objective number 2 as the cart unlocks.
Well, there you have it. Crazy came in, they nano-bladed, they figured everything out, they fought through the Bob. Bob got a kill, but it wasn't anything detrimental. And Sig tried to use Gravitic Flux to hold them back, but each got her just in time. So I think Stealth feels pretty confident going into the next fight. Well, maybe not with Crazy down.
Yeah, not a good way to start things off, but they got plenty of time on the clock now, so they do have a little bit of wiggle room. They're moving their way back into the objective right now as Crazy rejoins the fight. Trying to get aggressive is Bun with that double shield up. It is hard to get in there, and now the blade comes in once again. DG Carter able to get the double kill right there, but Crazy gets the dash kill on the blading DG Carter, shutting it down any further. Thankfully, they have the spawn right there, so they're going to be back in the action in just a moment.
Yeah, that was a great play by DJ Carter, holding him back, trying to keep him at that base point. They haven't moved the point hardly at all. KBC switching to Winston was an interesting play here. We'll see how that works out. But I'm excited to see what happens.
Trying to dive in the back line. The Bob now coming out from Stealth, looking to see if he gets some value, but now Bob's just going to take a nap. But that allows Bun to get the shatter, and that is going to come to clean up. That Bob ain't going to stay asleep the whole time. The only one next to the objective right now is DG Carter, looking to see if they can get the pick on the Red Hoodie, but Bun not going to allow that to happen as the res for Cake Pop brings them back to a full fighting force with 2 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what this next fight has to bring. Stealth has Nano Blade. I think they're going to use it early, trying to maintain him off. The switch to the Mercy was a smart play by Red Hoodie. I think it's going to help him, you know, from here on out. If she doesn't get killed early, if she can get a nice res on Cake Pop or Crazy or someone. So I'm excited to see what Salt has to do to counter that.
All right, here comes the Nano Blade along with the boost from Mercy. Looking to see if it can get the value. Not a Crazy Blade that time around, only gets the double, but it may just be enough for them to continue pushing into objective number 2 right now as we see Yixi going 3v1 on the high ground against Stealth right there. Not going to work out for the Mercy. They're going to grab objective number 2. Add another minute and a half to the clock as they move their way into objective number 3.
Yeah, that was very well played there by Stealth. Although Salt has 4 ults, and they just used 1, so it's going to be an interesting fight. They're going to have to battle through a ton of things to make sure they keep alive in this next stage.
And everything is quiet right now as bongos go out. They are literally just biding their time until the bongos are finished. They have the time to waste right now as we see Bun and KBC taking differing paths into the objective. The tackle comes in from Bun, but the protect is going to keep Lyrule standing strong as Yixi uses the flail to take down Crazy. Bob comes in but gets immediately slept by K-Pop, but now going to get back into the action just enough to help out with Night Night taking down Bun. They're going to go ahead and hold this objective right shy of the second point doors. With a minute 45 on the clock.
You hate to see it. Bun Bun had a great shatter right there. They knocked down at least 3-4 people, but couldn't capitalize because they were by themselves. So you hate to see an ult get wasted like that, but I think Stealth is trying to play smart.
That is true. Gravitic Flux coming out as the bomb gets traded up. The Nano, or the Blade, and the Gravitic will go ahead and clean things up. Team kill rings loud and proud with a minute 20 on the clock. They have got to start pushing this payload to its final destination.
Yeah, they're going to have to push. Stealth is, their back's against the wall. They have a Nano. They're kind of close to Blade. They're trying to do something, but, you know, Salt has them pinned against the wall right now.
And that seems to be the trade between these two teams. The big plays really coming down to the Genjis and those blades. Mad Shatter coming in, gets the double, but getting stunned out is not going to allow them to get the value they were looking for. That Nano is going to keep Bun Bun alive just a little bit longer, though, and it looks like now that payload's going to start moving forward. Lyrule and Widowmaker trying to hold on, seeing if they can hold strong. The Bongos come down, but ABC melts Lyrule into robotic metal as the Bongos essentially just get wasted right there. Watts will end up getting the pick on to K-Pop right there, but with only 20 seconds on the clock, we are headed into final fight territory.
Yeah, I think Salt's going to early rally. They're going to have to do something with that Koa to try and counter it. They have Blade, they have Guardian's Angel on stealth. It's going to be a dogfight for the next 8 seconds trying to stay on point.
That is true. The Coalescence coming out, trying to hold strong, and will end up taking down Bun Bun. Here comes the rally and the Blade with the Valkyrie, looking to see if they can hold strong. Overtime ticking away right now as we see the Reds come back in for Bun Bun. Carter able to get the pick onto himself, following up onto K-Pop. The Graviton so coming out from KBC. It should have been a big old hammer swing, but Bob in the fight is not going to allow any more damage to happen unless it's in the opposite direction. Overtime continuing to tick away as CG Carter able to take down Red Hoodie. No healing on the objective right now as we see Bun Bun try to hold strong. Stealth able to get in as the Tracer at the last moment has to recall. 61.93 meters on the cart, just shy of objective number 3 for Stealth Gaming.
What a fight there held by Salt. It seemed like they were going to give up everything. It seemed like something wasn't going to go right for them, but they clicked on. They held strong. I mean, they're going to have to fight going into this, you know, them attacking, and I think Stealth isn't going to go easily.
That is true, and they were at least able to make it to the final point. When it comes to Hybrid and Escort, that final point is always the hardest to get into, because if you do not take everyone out at the same time, or at least stagger them enough that you can keep taking them out, that respawn is literally right at the door that you're trying to knock into, and you will not make your way in. So they were able to push it, especially as well as we have seen these two teams playing against one another. I would say that they pushed it just about as good as they possibly could. They're now going on the defense, and it looks like they're going to forgo the Nano Blade now for Red Hoodie, continuing to stay on that Mercy. K-Pop now swapping over to the Brig, taking over for Red Hoodie. Do you think that that's going to be a good strategy for what we see coming out, which is practically the exact same thing that we saw the first time around for Salt.Exe?
I think it's going to be a battle. I think Salt holding on to that Ana, holding on to giving him a Nano Blade, it comboed. It gives you another win condition. So I think it's going to be a battle. I think Red Hoodie played strong on that Mercy last time, but I mean, they switched early on, so it'll only be time. Only time will tell.
That is true, and the Halt ends up pulling everyone off of the high ground already as we go ahead and see them move their way into the objective. It's double shield versus double shield, Genji versus Genji. Ash versus Ash right now. Brig versus Brig, all on the objective right now, looking to see if they can get a pick on their counter, and KBC will take down Night Knight to start things off. Crazy ends up getting the double kill on the Lyrule and Yixi, and that is going to go ahead and shut down this push, shaving about 40 seconds off the clock.
Stealth held strong right there. Salt really wanted to come in early, really wanted to come in strong, but Crazy got a couple good picks to hold them off, and I think that's what they're going to look for in every one of these fights. Keep the shields up, let Crazy and Stealth do their thing, and try and pick them down one by one.
That is true, and I think trying to match that damage over distance we see coming out from Salt was also a very smart move for the side of Stealth. When you try to get in and get Brawly, it's really hard when you got bullets flying at you for a good 10-20 feet. The bomb now getting invested right there is Crazy, able to take down Lyrule incredibly quickly. That's just going to shut down the remainder of the push right there. Widowmaker ends up getting separated out from the team as the Dynamite from Crazy takes down Yixi, and the picks continue to come in. Bun Bun finding Widowmaker will ball them as well, and another minute has been shaved off the time.
Yeah, Stealth is holding strong. They're doing all that they can. They just res Stealth back up, so I think that, I mean, they really haven't had any damage next to them. You know, expect a Nano Blade hopefully coming up soon from Salt. They're going to have to engage early. They're going to have Bongo Blade here on the side for Stealth. So I mean, it's going to be a Genji battle going to this next fight. I can already feel it.
That is true, and they are just waiting it out. It looks like Lyrol and Night Knight gonna go ahead and trade out the ultimates they could have gotten for the Rein Zarya, looking to see if they can close the distance. Get a little brawly in there, and look if that will be successful. The boost coming in as the empty nade comes down. DG Carter will fall stealth before they're able to get a single pick with that blade, and now it's going to mirror with a blade of their own. Combos come out, and Crazy will pull DG Carter just like we saw stealth fall. That is going to go ahead and hold this objective for them right now. Another minute off the clock. So many Qs pressed, but not a single tick to be had on Objective Alpha.
I am very surprised that Bun Bun held that ult for as long as they did, but I mean, it worked for them, so I'm, glad they did it.
That is true, and Wasp is going to end up getting the pick. The Bob came out as the Gravitic Flux from KPC. Tried to see if they could hold everyone off the objective. Only 60 seconds remaining on the clock. The only one left is Red Hoodie versus an entire team of Overwatch heroes. That's not going to be enough, unfortunately, even if you're the most skilled Mercy in the game. They're going to go ahead and grab Objective Alpha, giving them 3 minutes, 10 seconds to push into Objective number 2.
I think Salt was just sick and tired of having to play this mirror match, and they said, we're just going to run into you, we're going to brawl, and we're going to take you over. This is our point, we want it now. And that's exactly what they just did.
That is true, and now the rally coming out with the Bun Bun now swapping over to the Rind to get Brawly themselves. And it looks like they're going to go ahead and hold strong right there. Shatter comes in, gets the quad, but they're not able to follow up on the damage. The team isn't close enough, but now with Bun Bun out of the fight, they're going to just push hard and strong against the rest of the team, already making their way around the side of the saloon, almost to Objective number 2 as the payload slowly moves its way forward.
Yeah, that's something you got to watch out for this fight. They may have won the fight, but there's a long way to the next objective point. So Stealth still has some time to make up some ground, try and get a better game plan going in. You can see that KBC switched over to the Zarya to kind of have another mirror match going into it. But you still have to be wary of the Nano coming up. They're going to have another Nano Blade, so I think expect something big to happen from DG Carter and Widow Faker.
That's right. Stealth also has the blade online. The Bob gets invested. Both blades coming out right now as we see Stealth trying to take down the cart. Will end up getting Widow Faker. The cart has been stalled, but the rest of the team's going to end up dying in the Graviton Surge. Team kill rings loud and proud as all those Qs still amount to the payload being pushed forward by Salt.
Yeah, Stealth tried as they might, but Stealth still has Nano Blade. They still have Rally. They'll come up on his Shatter. This is Salt's fight to win in this next one. Expect something big to happen, or for them to hold again on their ults for the next minute.
Well, the rally coming out from Yixi, looking to get brawly, looking to get dangerous, and that is exactly what they're doing. The Nano Blade now coming in from DG Carter. Ends up getting the pick on to Crazy, looking to see if they can hold strong on. Smash! Shatter! Coming in from Bun Bun, but enough damage to be able to take them all down. They will grab Objective number 2, giving them 2.5 minutes to make their way to Objective number 3.
What a fight there by Salt. They used all their ults as best as they could. They're still going to have Shatter for next fight. They're going to have Bob. Stealth is going to have to try and figure something out. They're down a couple ults. They're going to try and come up on the grab. They're halfway to, Blade, but it's going to be a very pick and choose battle. I expect Salt to try and just bully them into the next point just to try and get this next win.
Well, let's see if they can make that help. And Stealth Gaming working their way back in, trying to hold the payload before it gets to its final resting spot. Shatter comes in, ends up getting nothing other than the brig, but DG Carter will clean it up with a couple well-timed dash kills. Bob now on the VIP spot, being the VIP with the double kill. And with that being said, that is it. Salt.Exe will take victory here on Hollywood, making it 2-0 against Stealth Gaming as we head into the half.
Yeah, that's a great start by Salt trying to keep everything up. I mean, DG Carter is wrecking everyone right now. They are a force to be reckoned with. They need to be taken down early, because if not, they're going to just pick everyone off one by one, with or without a blade.
That is true. The picks have just been coming in strong right there as we see that beautiful Nano Blade Just cleaning everything up right there. Super Genji Poggers. We're going to go ahead and throw it to a quick halftime break. Get yourself a snack, use the restroom, invite some people to watch this amazing action here on Twitch, and we'll see you all for more in about 5 minutes.
Queen, I'm living inside a dream. I'ma go full out. I'ma go full out. I'ma go full out. Sounds alright, feeling so weird. I like you alright, but no way you're here, but no way you're here. I feel like you're real alright. I'm just taking some time, 'cause I like you real alright. Can see you around, trying to get it down.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Overwatch Cavalry Club Scrims. We are here in the Blackwatch Division, second half of tonight's match between Salt.Exe and Stealth Salt, taking up the first half 2-0 against Stealth right now, just showing to be incredibly strong after their first match versus Calamity last week. I'm your play-by-play for the evening, Captain Jack, joined by a Harmony Giant on the color. Harmony, why don't you give us a quick recap of what we saw in the first half?
So obviously, the score, it's 2-0. Salt kind of held their ground. They got down a couple times. Stealth looked like they're going to take over a couple maps, especially on Hollywood. They had such a great couple pushes. But Salt has found a way to fight after fight after fight, even when they're down. They keep people on point. They keep people on everything, trying to, get down Stealth as much as they possibly can, and they seem to having some success with it. Obviously, they're pushing in with the double shield, and then they switch to a brawl, and they try and just take what they think is theirs. So I think Salt's coming pretty confident into the second half of this thing, especially with an escort. That brawl really applies to that heavy, so it should be interesting looking at what Stealth has to counter with.
That is absolutely true. And we've just seen it kind of back and forth. Stealth has definitely not been playing bad in the least. This fight has just been coming down to minuscule plays, or rather players, as we have seen the Genji battles just going back and forth between DG Carter and Crazy or Stealth. It seems that despite which of them are playing Genji or which of them are trying to stop DG Carter, it seems that they can just not pin them down. So the combination of DG Carter and Widowfaker throwing in those nanos for some extra sweet shiny damage is just completely trouncing Stealth right now, and they're having a really hard time figuring out how to shut that down. But maybe just maybe we will have this reverse sweep, as we typically do here at OCCS here on Watchpoint Gibraltar. Is going to be our next map, our S court for the evening. Stealth definitely has the opportunity to go ahead and bring it back, and need I say, could be our first map 5 of this stage.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Map 5 is always fun. I mean, you're up 2-0, you get kind of confident. I mean, we're going to get started going here, but I'm excited to see what Stealth has to do to try and fight back and not give up this next map.
That is true. It is definitely difficult, and I have this issue myself when I'm playing competitive. Like, sometimes you can easily take down those Genjis pretty well, have a Brig come in on the heels to be able to stun them out, using a McCree or a Mei or a Symmetra to be able to stun or slow or beam them down. But, at the end of the day, it's really that teamwork that makes the dream work. It truly is the way that it is said. But Stealth, looking to pull out strats that we don't see very often here. It looks like we're going to see the dive.
I mean, the dive could work. The dive is great. It gets rid of people very fast if you're coordinated, which Stealth is a great team. They're very well put together when they want to be. So if they can call their points and call everything right, dive is great, especially against, I mean, you get rid of the Ana, you get rid of the Mercy. Things could go their way really fast. It takes away a lot of your power when you get rid of your supports. So Salt has to be wary. They're playing more of a brawly composition against dive, so it should be an interesting battle, especially on this first point.
That is true, and we have Ghosty Man coming in for Wasp this time around for the side of Salt. Also picking up the Genji from DG Carter. So if they're putting DG on the Ash to give it to Ghosty Man, I'm almost a little scared at what we might see coming in now. But Bun with that big old Winston booty, gonna get that first pick onto DG Carter to start things off with that big old romp. They're gonna be making their way on the high ground as the payload just slowly moves their way forward with Kate Pop man in the lead.
Yeah, you can see there that Stealth did what they needed to do. They got rid of DG Carter. They recognized that they are a strong player, not on the Genji, but still on the Ashe, which carries out a huge amount of damage. So they got rid of one and lets them push as far as they have.
That is true. They are almost all the way to objective number 1. Shatter comes down, but KBC using the jets to avoid the Shatter, just barely getting off of that ground. though they don't get shattered down. They're going to continue to stand strong, and DG Carter now coming out on the McCree this time around to try to prevent those dives from being a nuisance. That's going to allow Yixi and Night Knight to go ahead and get picks of their own as they push Stealth all the way back to spawn. 2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock.
I think Stealth right there has a smart idea. They're going to have Pulse Bomb. They're going to have Beat. They're going to have Blade. They're going to have Nano. I expect a crazy Nano Blade with Kick Pop, and I'm excited to see what they have to counter. I mean, DG Carter and Ghosty Man are going to be on their ults too, so it's going to be this fight's going to have a lot of Q's pressed, I have a feeling.
That is true, and with DG Carter swapping heroes and already having the Deadeye online, that is incredibly impressive for the damage output that's coming out from that McCree. Here comes the Blade, though, looking to see if they can get the cleanup. Stealth, though, ends up getting the double kill right there, trying to help out Crazy in the backline. Graviton now coming out from the 9-9, looking to see if they can hold strong. Diva Bomb getting nothing but shield right there as 9-9 gets the double kill in the Graviton Surge. Bun able to follow up onto Ghosty Man as 9-9 follows up onto K-Pop. It's just a trade of kills right now, and it's a back shatter coming in from Lyrule, but the shield comes just barely soon enough, but you cannot shield against the mighty axe there for Lyrule. The payload is secure once again for Salt.Exe as the res comes in for Lyrule. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock for Stealth.
It seemed like Salt there basically just got Stealth to use all of their ults, try and bring him back. You can see that they switched to the Ryan Zarya. They got him out of that dive, which is great. They still have Beat, so they're going to try and use it to counter. But Ghosty Man has Blade. You know, Yixi's going to have Valk. They're going to have Shadow. They're going to try and get DG Carter back up to his Deadeye. I mean, Salt's feeling pretty confident. They push him back. They got him out of their original makeup to try and get something on him.
That is true. And Mudbun shutting down DG Carter with that Fire Strike is going to be a good way to start things off. B comes in from Red Hoodie, but a bad shatter from Lyrule again. Goes ahead and turns the tide. The res from DG Carter gets the triple kill on the shatter. Coalescence from Widowfaker will clean up the rest. With only 30 seconds remaining on the clock, you have to wonder if Stealth will be able to move their way into Objective 2 at all.
If I know anything about these two teams, then I know that they're going to fight. They're going to pull something crazy. Crazy has the Nano Blade potential. DG Carter has Deadeye. Ghost Man has Nano, and they're going to have... why can't I think of what her ult is called? They're going to have Zarya ult. Yeah, holy.
Oh, here comes the Blade. The Nano Blade goes straight to the Graviton Surge. That's the wall as Ghosty Man's Blade gets the double kill. Crazy able to get a double kill of their own. Overtime ticking away right now. The shatter comes in from Lyrule, getting everyone and anyone on the objective. That Mercy not going to be able to hold Lyrule up as Yixi also falls to the Fire Strike of Bun. Overtime ticking away right now, but the spawn has already brought back heroes for the defense. They move their way into Objective Alpha. They have to find a way to be able to hold them here at the gate, to be able to get into Objective Alpha. They're trying to push it all the way in, trying to touch, and they will with just 0.54 meters remaining on the clock. Crazy able to get the double kill right there as the rest comes in for Ghosty Man. Crazy again, another double dash kill right there as Bun cleans up. Night, the only one left on the point is Yixi, will fall as well. 2.5 minutes gets added to the clock as Objective 1 is captured. They move their way into the hangar.
Salt tried their best. They tried to stay on point. They tried to do everything as much as they possibly could, but sometimes you just gotta, know when you're gonna lose, regroup. Don't let them get too far. They know they can win battles. I think Salt's gonna come in here. They switch DG Carter back onto the Genji, which is gonna be deadly. I hope Stealth recognizes that to get something going. Because if not,
Well, we do have Stealth RTG on that Doom Fist, so I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot if Doom is punching you into walls over and over again. Let's see if that will be the successfulness. The Blade coming out with the Nano. DG Carter takes down K-Pop, a crazy double, triple kill. Meteor Strike coming in looking to see if they can solidify any additional kills, but will not be able to get any. Lyrule falling to the elbow drop, though, as they go ahead and push everyone off the objective. 1:30 on the clock, and they are halfway to Objective Bravo.
And just like the last couple of maps, we saw DG Carter go off with the Nano Blades. Crazy has taken that title and tried to fight back and just getting kill after kill after kill. making something happen. Stealth has to watch for grabs. Stealth has to watch for the shatter, which just came through. So it should be there.
Oh, and the shatter is going to be for the side of Stealth. Gets the double right there. Crazy and KBC able to follow up on that damage. Lyrule swinging away, looking to see if they can hold strong. The beat comes in from Red Hoodie, trying to keep them all up. Lyrule is staying alive. I have no idea how that was even happening right there, but they will grab Objective Bravo, opening the doors to Objective Charlie. 2 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock.
It looks like Stealth has found their groove. They're getting things put back together. You mean you can't, be too comfortable because Salt is gonna have Blade. They're gonna have Grab. They're gonna have Shatter back up again. So it's gonna be a big fight here coming up.
That's true. The shatter comes in, gets nothing. Graviton, Blade coming, and DG Carter with the 4-man dash ends up just deleting Stealth. Stealth Gaming right there, just taking them completely out. Team kill rings loud, but they only shaved about 20 seconds off that time bank. Stealth is going to be able to come in with lots of time left to push back into the objective.
Yeah, I think right there, Salt found something. They got a bunch of kills, but that respawn is so close, so it's hardly worth it at some point.
That is true, and the Graviton coming out right there with the nano onto Bun Bun is going to allow them to make lots and lots and lots of space. Crazy is on a mission to become the better Genji player against DG Carter. Widowfaker now swapping over to the Ana to see if they can supplement DG Carter with that Nano Blade and really secure this objective. Now Nine Night coming in on the ball, trying to hold strong. Bob gets invested into the objective there by Ghosty Man as they try to hold strong. As the blade comes out from Crazy, will fall to the Fire Strike of Lyrule right there. Meteor Strike comes in, also getting stunned out himself. Will end up falling there on the objective with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock and only a few ultimates online. You have to wonder, can Stealth make it to Objective Charlie?
Stealth has to pull something out. I'm looking for an aggressive beat. I'm looking for a shatter trying to get everyone back. They have to figure something out because, Salt's holding a lot of ground back away from them, keeping them at a distance, shooting them down.
That is true. Stealth working their way into the objective, gets left out. Anti-Nate taken down by Ghosty Man, and they have got to touch that objective. The charge comes in from Bun Bun. The beat to follow up, trying to hold everyone together, but the shatter and Blade coming in. Huge Anti-Nate from Widowmaker, looking to keep that healing down as much as possible. KBC on the ball, trying to keep things going as the Bob gets invested onto the objective. Overtime ticking away right now as Ghosty Man able to get that pick onto KBC. The objective is held at 78.49 meters. Again, just shy of Objective Charlie for Stealth.
Wow, what a couple good fights right there. You can see DG Carter's a force on that Genji, and it seems like that was a pretty good deal breaker. They got a Nano Blade, they kept going. Not to discredit anyone else, but that was a huge fight. Crazy was also doing a lot of damage, so I expect them to utilize Crazy more, trying to hold on to Saul into these next points. Oh my gosh!
True. This has been an incredible Genji v Genji match. Honestly, I wonder if anyone else is playing at this point, because really the biggest plays have come down to those Genji blades being set up perfectly by either team, and it's almost like a glass cannon, if you will. You have one shot, one opportunity, but in a sense, if you get it completely shut down at the beginning of that blade, that's not a good place to end up at. It looks like we will see the traditional double shield come out for Stealth this time around, but for the most part, everyone else thinking on their roles. Stealth now Stealth RTG rather, swapping back over to the Ash for this round, looking to see if they can outshoot Ghosty Mans on the Ash themselves.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, and I think that Salt coming out with the more brawly composition is their strong suit, so they're going to look to kill people early, get rid of people fast, and just keep pushing forward and keep pushing them on and back them up as far as they possibly can.
Let's see if they can make that happen. The payload already moving its way forward as barriers already getting taken down by Salt.Exe. The payload moving its way into the underground though, and we have to see the shift coming. There it goes, Stealth moving their way into the underground now, looking to see if they can close them off on the other side. Big Anti and Sleep coming in, trying to take down Bun Bun, but Lyrule will be the first to fall. 99 and TG able to take down the tanks though for the side of Stealth, and I think that this is going to be objective alpha over right here as they go ahead and push Stealth back to the spawn door.
Yeah, Salt just went in, took what's theirs, pushed forward, got everyone down. It looked a little dicey there, but obviously Stealth couldn't back anything back up. With the res for the Mercy, I mean, people just keep dropping like flies.
That's true, and you have to wonder what is it that Salt is doing so differently in this match that we saw against Calamity last week. I mean, you don't just go from, well, I guess you could go from a 1-3 on one match to a 3-1 or 4-0 on another, but how does the skill differ so greatly?
I mean, I think Salt's just trying to find their groove. They took what they saw from last week, and they're moving forward. They found their mistakes, and they're like, here's what we have to fix, and clearly they're doing what they need to do.
All right, well, that looks to be the case. Graviton comes in after the shatter. Here comes the Nano Blade from PG Carter, shutting every single thing down, and I think that is going to be it. Objective Bravo going to be captured in record time, it seems, as we go ahead and add another minute and a half to the clock. They're going to have 6 minutes to push into Objective Charlie. Stealth has got to shut this down.
They have to, but I don't know what they're scrambling. They switched off to the Hog. They're just trying to, they're grasping at straws. They're trying to find anything to get going, but it's not looking pretty.
That is true, and I think maybe one of the things that we're missing here, which we don't see on the side of Salt because they haven't really needed it, so to speak, is that preventative ult. We don't see the Transcendence, we don't see the Deep Drop. We're not seeing those preventative ultimates coming out, and you have to wonder why.
I think they're just confident about pushing it and knowing that they can win no matter situation, and winning even against an ult battle.
Well, that shatter is going to say differently as we see the attack visor now coming out from Stealth on the Soldier, looking to see if they can get that pick, and then not gonna be successful with those 2 clips. Lyrule is cleaning it up right now. It's crazy dives in with the blade, looking to see if they can get that additional kill onto Night Knight, and we'll see it turn around as the blade comes out from PG Carter, cleaning it up with the rest of the team. That is going to be victory tonight for Salt.Exe as they take point 3 here on Watchpoint Gibraltar.
Wow, what a play by Salt. They just kept moving forward. It looked like they were getting, pushed back a little bit, but they just kept going. It didn't even matter what happened. They were just here for it. And it was, oh my gosh.
Wow.
I've never seen that before, and it is ridiculous.
What dash in, pop the blade, dash back out, and that's it. That is absolutely incredible right there. But hey, Stealth Gaming has one final chance to be able to bring it back. We're going to be heading to our last map of the evening. Both Skya Industries are Assault map, so be sure to stick around. Let's see. I totally believe that Stealth is able to turn this around, but it just seems like that no matter what they do, they just cannot shut this down. Wait a second. Wait. Yep. It looks like no one gave Stealth Gaming the note that, that we got to play out map 4. Got to get that map differential there, folks. I know it's hard. I mean, Stealth has been fighting their hearts out tonight. Like, they have really been like anything that Salt dishes out, they try to dish it out just as hard. But it's just coming down to those minuscule plays. And I gotta say, the one thing that really shuts down a Nano Blade, I can't say it enough, is that preventative ultimate, that Zenyatta, that Lucio. And maybe it's just that Red Hoodie and Cake Pop aren't comfortable on those characters. And I understand that. But if you're having a hard time shutting down a Nano Blade that's literally tearing up your team over and over again, that's the only suggestion I got. It truly is. Like, that's all I got to tell you. Like I feel like that's the only way that you can really shut that down. Is there any other way that you could see there, Giant?
I mean, you could utilize the Brig to try and stun him, just to try and get something down. You could find a way just to play around him and just try and get him out early, but it seems like DG Carter, it just seems to be a menace and gets to you before you can get to him, it seems like. So I mean, they have to find a preventative ult. I expect them to try something, or maybe they're just going to stick with what they got and try and just win that way. But I mean, that's a hard one to counter if you're not comfortable with them. I can understand it's difficult, like you said. So I mean, I don't know. It's hard. I expect maybe a Brig just to focus on the Genji, just to, hey, if you hear that ult pop, stun him, get rid of him, or flash him something, just to try and, make him not a problem.
I like the thought that I had. I knew you were talking about McCree, but I was like, when did Brig get a flash ability? I thought that this was a PG game, Blizzard. Jeez. Oh! Brig is not that kind of assistant, folks. Jeez. Oh, no.
Oh man.
But rule 34 is out there, folks. We can't stop it as much as Blizzard has tried. So unfortunately it is what it is. But that would be interesting if Brig had some kind of if there was like a flash at the beginning of her rally, like when the flag goes up and it just kind of blinds everyone for like half a second or something like that. Oh, could you imagine? No, not even a stun, but just not being able to see for like half a second. Oh, that would totally turn around a match right there. That would be crazy. Well, go ahead and start blowing up in the chat, folks. Let us know who you're rooting for. Do you want Salt to take that 4-0 tonight, or do you want Stealth to walk away with just a little bit of their dignity intact and be able to take this match? If we are ready to go, let's get started here on Volskaya Industries.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think Salt's going to come out, whatever side they're on, they're going to probably hold with a brawl, try and keep to their bread and butter. I mean, Stealth may try something different. I mean, who knows? Who knows what they're going to try and pull out? Maybe they'll stick to their guns, or they're going to be like, you know what? Let's just do something cheeky. Let's see what happens.
I mean, definitely, Volskaya is the map to do some cheeky stuff with. Lots of different ways to utilize like that Symmetra teleporter. Especially on this first objective, so definitely could be useful for that. And again, Symmetra is a good counter for Genji. You cannot deflect beams. So if if DG Carter tries to get in close, you melt them down, and that's it. You just take them out of the fight. Very simple, easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah,
but it
easy.
Looks like easy. As we've seen, it's just that's totally the one answer for DG Carter. Oh no, Symmetra beam, no. Oh man. But we will be seeing the Pharah Mercy return though, with Crazy now taking the Pharah, and Stealth looking to do a Genji off against DG Carter. Wasp now back in the fight, gonna take on the Ashe once again, as the rest of the team may just stay in the roles that they've the entire time.
Yeah, it should be interesting. I think Wasp has to get rid of Crazy as fast as they possibly can. I mean, Mercy Pharah could be a menace here, so we'll have to see how they play against it. But I stress that Wasp is going to be locked onto that Mercy, or onto that Pharah, and onto the Mercy too.
That is true. And whoa, DJ Carter dashing up to the Pharah, saying that, you know what, I'm a head scan too. You didn't know that, did you? Just trying to see if they can get that pick. The tackle comes in, as well as the anti-nade. Bun falling incredibly low, but able to take down Lyrule. at the last moment right there. The skies are filled with death, but will get followed by Wasp right there. And Wasp just cleans up, getting a triple kill there at the end, halting the push from Stealth.
And I think what I noticed there, and what I've noticed through all these fights is, while DG Carter and Wasp have been doing an insane amount of damage, Night has been aces on that Zarya, staying alive, using Graviton the correct way, killing everything in sight, and Night is becoming a problem too to deal with. So I mean, Salt has a lot to deal with on their side to go against.
That is true. The tackle coming in, looking to see if they can get Lyrule out of position, but not going to go for the debate as we see Crazy falling a little bit low, able to get back to the safety of the team. 2.5 minutes right now on the clock as they push back to the choke. Crazy in the skies, looking to see if they can get some value, and Gixie just trying to battle Mercy out. Crazy, just like we ain't worried. Here comes the blade though, coming in from DG Carter, but Bumba tackles it out, not even allowing it to get a single person. The Shatter following up allows them to take down Lyrule, but the Res will come in as the Graviton holds everyone in position. We're now going to see the Res come back in for Crazy as Lyrule tackles out KBC. Bun looking to see if they can get that pick onto Lyrule, but I don't think it is going to be enough with two healers in their pocket. It's going to be hard to hold strong. Immortality comes up as well as the Barrage able to take down Lyrule there in the end. DG Carter trying to hold on as Wasp ends up following up onto Bun, looking to see if they can get that first pick right there. Widowmaker falls too Crazy as the Res comes in for Bun, bringing that main tech back into the fight. It is now a 4v4 on the objective. The picks are coming in though from Carter and Night. Shatter coming in, takes down Night, but Widowmaker will get the double on Bun and KBC. All that work, all that invested for just a minute remaining on the clock.
All the ults used, everything they possibly could. Somehow Salt stays alive, they keep fighting, they get people back, they get a pick here and there. I mean, that's a testament to how much fight Salt has left in them, even still on this last map. Stealth tried their best, but Salt still came out on top.
That is true. Let's see if they can make it happen though. Graviton now coming in with the blade. The Shatter comes out to try to counter, but it's not going to be enough. It's Crazy takes down Carter once again before they're able to get any value out of that blade. The Res comes in for Carter though, so it's 66. Once again, tackle comes in but gets shut down by Night before they're able to make that, able to get that damage in. Lyrule's going to follow up onto KBC, but the Res is going to come in from Red Hoodie, bringing KBC back into the fight as quickly as possible. The Mercies are in the air trying to keep their team alive as much as possible. Carter trying to chase down Red Hoodie as quickly as they can, and somebody has got to touch that objective, get that overtime chicken away as the picks continue to come in. Graviton coming in for Night right there. Ends up trying to take down Bun, but the Immortality will save the day, but with it only being a 2v6, 2v7 as Bob enters the arena, they will not be able to get a single tick on objective 1.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what else you could say right there. Salt held their ground. They deflected every ult. Even when DG Carter got taken down early on in fights, I mean, Yixi was there just to keep him alive, res him, and keep him going in these fights, which is huge. You got to get rid of the Mercy for the res ability, and you can see right there, they try to eliminate DG Carter as fast as you possibly can. Crazy had, the one objective was to kill DG Carter, and they did, but it wasn't enough.
Yep, and that is unfortunate right there. You got to remember, it's a team-based game. You can take out one linchpin, but if it can get brought back so quickly, or if there are more powerhouses on the team, then you just got to try to pick the ones that you can. And Wasp was just sitting there over and over again, cleaning up, even at the point where it was a 2v6 fight. Both Night and Wasp were just holding strong on the objective, trying to keep them off as much as possible. And that just goes to Stealth. Stealth has got to really get into focusing their targets. I'm not sure if they got a shot caller on their team, but they got to be calling out who are we going for, who are we picking next, and why is someone still contesting our objective?
Yeah, exactly. And I think right there, Wasp going onto the McCree instead of the Ashe should be an interesting choice. I think they're maybe trying to get it so they can flash the flash the Doomfist if Crazy decides to switch on. Obviously not, but it'll be interesting to see how much damage output can be changed from the Ashe instead of, or the McCree instead of the Ashe.
That is true. We see the double shield coming out for Stealth as they try to hold the high ground here. And now we're seeing Salt moving their way into that right side, looking to make them move off of that high ground as quickly as possible. EG Carter gets picked off by Crazy to start things off. The anti-nade comes in, a huge res coming in from Yixi as Widowmaker ends up falling there. Bun, Immortality, keeping everybody up right now in the doorway as Wasp able to get that pick onto Stealth. We're now seeing KBC trying to sandwich them all together, looking to see if they can get some picks in that backline, but they are busting through. We are seeing Salt just move their way in as the Res able to come back in there for Red Hoodie, bring Bun back into the fight, but with K-Pop and KBC both falling, it looks like this is going to be an objective capture. The blade comes out from DG Carter just for giggles, and that is going to be it. 4-0 tonight for the side of Salt.Exe, taking it away on Volskaya Industries.
What a last fight right there. They tried to get DG Carter down, but Yixi kept bringing him life. He made a presence. I mean, Salt played hard, they played strong. So did Stealth. They tried their best. They tried to hold point. They tried something different. They tried to keep things going, but obviously Salt, brought everything forward, and at the end of the day, they were the winners.
Wow, that play of the game right there, I got a shocked face because I realized that Bun tackled Carter. I didn't realize it was a 180 straight into a tackle. Nope, we're not doing this again.
Not today. Not today at all.
Unfortunately, it just still wasn't enough. So go ahead, folks, start popping off in the chat who your player of the match is tonight. Giant, since it's your first night with us, I'm going to go ahead and let you start off. Who is your player of the match?
Man, I mean, the obvious choice would be DG Carter. They were unbelievable. I can't say enough about how great their Genji was and how much they made a huge impact in every fight. If DG Carter was alive, they had to focus them down. They had to. There's no way if not. Because if you don't get rid of that Genji play, then, you're going to have problems real fast.
That is true, but I think I'm going to have to note on something that you said earlier and give my love tonight, because that Zarya play was indeed impeccable. Every single bubble that was thrown, every single graviton that was used was shutting down somebody and staying alive on that objective. So Night, you are walking away with my player of the match this evening. Let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule for the rest of the week. It looks like tomorrow night we will be seeing Earth, Wind, and Farah versus Void, taking it on in our Monday night match. We will be seeing Lotus versus United Moose on the 25th, this upcoming Saturday. And next Sunday, we'll be back in the Blackwatch division for Calamity versus Stealth, seeing if Stealth now can learn from their mistakes and take on the current top-seeded team. That is going to be it for us here at the Overwatch Calvary Club Scrims. Thank you so much for joining us, and a special thank you to our producer for the evening, Zella. Definitely couldn't have done it without you. My name's Captain Jack.
My name's Harmony Giant.
And we'll see y'all next time.